You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Outside of the 806, maybe adding to the playoff dynamic for the Red Raiders and others, right? Kind of in a weird non-scoreboard way.
Yeah. Yes.
Take a big breath before that one.
This sport, I mean, they'd send the script back because it wasn't believable. I mean, we talk scripts here a lot on this show, and some of this stuff, it's like, I mean, God, I hope there's some 30 for 30s coming up years to come based on some of this chaos, namely the Lane Kiffin one. So A&M loses. You're right. They will fall. We just don't know by how much. It could allow you to move up. And then you're into that bye category where you would earn a first-round bye. The ACC, SMU got down 31. I think they were down 24-7. They were down 31-14 in the fourth quarter. They battled all the way back. Rhett Lashley has 8 seconds left. They could have run one more play to maybe get some more yards and then kick a closer field goal, but they miss a field goal and they miss out on the ACC title game. So the ACC title game is Duke with 5 losses and Virginia. These two teams played a couple of weeks ago. Virginia won by, I think, 17 points. And so that those spots is a weird idea or situation because you're going to see Miami put in all the graphics and all the brackets and all that because they're the highest ranked, but they're not going to be the champion. They can't, obviously, as we're sitting here talking about, they're not playing in the league title game. And if Duke were to win that ACC title game, there's a chance that the ACC would not have a representative in this deal, or their champion wouldn't go because it's the 5 highest ranked champions. It's not the top champions of the Power 4 and then the other one. It's just 5 highest ranked conference champions. So I've mentioned that to offer up James Madison now in the chat. Yeah. But that would require Duke to win the ACC title game. You have Ohio State and Indiana who are ranked, tops right now. Somebody's going to lose. If that is a game that is lopsided in any way, it doesn't matter who wins. That could be an interesting scenario to follow on the loser of that game and how far they would fall. Okay, that they're not going to fall too far because one thing that we've learned, and this is like good for news for Texas Tech, is a loss in a conference championship game doesn't punish you near as much based on past precedent with all the computer formulas, the committees, and all the stuff. This is one thing that's held true. Doesn't mean you don't get punished for a loss. It just it's not as severe. How about that? So That's why I think you winning in Morgantown, you're in a pretty good spot here. But you want your Big 12 trophy, and you want to be in a scenario to where you want a home game or you want to bye because a loss it may drop you to okay. Now don't give a bye. Now you don't have a home game, but now you're in. But now you're gonna have to travel, and you're gonna have to go to Tuscaloosa or Athens, Georgia, or Eugene, Oregon, or Norman, Oklahoma, or I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing out hypotheticals there. The Ole Miss thing, though, is the most bizarre thing because I'm not some Ole Miss guy. I don't care. My son went to go look at it. It was too far away. He liked it. He's like, yeah, it's too far away. I was like, okay, thank goodness. I wasn't ready to do the hotty toddy thing, but I'm trying to let him make his decisions and live his life because it's his. It's not mine. It's one thing I've learned as a parent. Like you can't. There are too many parents out there that try to widen home plate and try to recreate their own lives. You got to let these kids spread their wings and use them. And so. Thankfully, he's using his to just fly over across town to Texas Tech. But I've thought about Ole Miss throughout this deal because I've looked at Ole Miss's side of things a lot. It just sucks, man, because they are having a similar season to you. This is the best season their program has ever had in the regular season ever. They did not make it to the conference championship game, which would have further complicated this scenario. But it and depending on when you see this, I don't know what dynamics will have changed, but by all accounts, Lane Kiffin is coaching at LSU next. And, leading up to all these things, it's like, hey, man, you don't let me coach in the playoffs. I'm taking my coaches. I'm going to poach your roster. And so I was having a conversation on the plane on Saturday night, and I'm thinking, like, the oddest thing about this is...
First, today's episode brought to you by FanDuel, and football is in full force, and FanDuel's keeping you stocked with action every game day with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet only $5, and if your bet hits, you're getting $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. Any way you like it, FanDuel has you covered. Quick, easy, and secure every time. If you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
This is why we all do this. This is why he does this, to get to this point, and then you pull the ripcord. Right. And again, you are allowed to go live and coach wherever you want, big picture. I can't tell you what makes you happy or where you're supposed to live. And if it's a free country, right? But it's just in this context with this sport, it's the most weird thing ever. Like, you finally got it. You can go win a national championship. And does he not believe that he can with this group at Ole Miss? And so, like,
no, he's got to go somewhere that he can build what he is currently a part of. That makes total sense.
Yes.
It's almost, Chris, like going to the NBA Finals and then saying, I got to blow this team up so I can build a team to go to the NBA Finals.
We've seen that before.
Didn't quite add up, right?
We've seen that before. Yes, we have. Even locally with the team that you and I, with the team that you and I.
And I feel not sorry for Ole Miss fans in any way, shape, or form.
No, I look at it from, like, I tell you who I do feel sorry for are those players get caught in the blender, and they're probably well paid. It just, the whole thing just is an awkward mess. Like, there's. And it's going to affect, like, the point that we're bringing up here is it is likely to affect Ole Miss's ranking here, and it's going to set some new precedents here. I don't know. I just would think of myself in that same scenario. No, I don't want him. If he's going to coach at a rival, absolutely not do I want him coaching the guys here. Your heart isn't here anymore, or you would have stayed. But the whole thing just is
it's like, hey, Lane, you pinky promise to keep it to football and no portal pitches. You swear not to poach the roster that you're coaching. There's no way I leave him in that spot.
Well, yeah, and like, I mean, are we kidding ourselves that he's not going to really do this anyways, though? I mean, he's gonna surround himself with players he knows and coaches that he knows. This is what they do. It's just a mess. So.
And I love it. And by the way, I'm going to take issue with you saying they're having a similar.